Polo to the float you already know though. It's Adamville for real, you see a hoe, just take a photo. I'm reppin' as on photo with a fofo on your brodo.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's the Boyz back with the hypest audio on whatever platform we decide to put this on.
Probably YouTube.
Yeah, probably YouTube.
So, that wasn't me this time. Hi, I'm Jerome, and this is Zachary, and we're gonna talk about shit today. First on the marquee, the fuck was that?
What was what?
You immediately steal my archetype. I'm the hype one.
Nah, it's just I'm very tired. I'm trying to make people think I'm not tired. That's all that
they
is.
can't see you, so there's no way they're gonna think
I'm
that.
going to immediately sound tired. I just had a Monster Energy. It's gonna just be a downward swing for sure.
All right, I can contest to that. Monster will fuck you up in like 10 minutes. If
It's not. Yeah, caffeine doesn't do anything for me. I'm trying to feel anything. But yeah, so we've been gone for a while.
Approximately X amount of months.
Three?
I don't know.
3?
No, it's been way
It's
more.
longer than
It's been way longer. I think the last episode was in like March, maybe February.
Fucking Christ,
dude! It's been at least half a year.
Like a phoenix from the ashes, we return.
By return, you mean I was living in a shitty apartment and you never wanted to come over to record, and I just kind of stopped wanting to.
It's not that. It's just I'm lazy generally.
I'm lazy too. I think I want to fucking edit these.
Listen, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room. David's dead. Reggie Fils-Aimé, president of Nintendo.
Yeah, he claimed his soul after all of these years of being a Nintendo lover, and
David almost became too powerful. Almost took good old Reggie, but Reggie being the unstoppable force that he is. Just took him in the night. He
was ready for him. His body was ready.
His body was ready for
as it were.
Old Reggie. But yeah, no, he's around.
We love David. He's just doing his own thing. Yeah. No worries. So it's just me and my good pal Zachary.
He hit me. I don't know if you guys heard that wet slap on the audio, but he struck me.
I tapped his shoulder. He'll be all right.
Oh fuck!
I'm pretty sure you punched me a lot harder than that. I probably have died a few times.
Here's some wet slaps in this.
I'm on like my last life. I have no continues.
Yeah, I'm going to kill you, Jerome. Just
I'm ready. I'm waiting for it. I need that.
But first, we got to do this sweet video. So what we've been up to is not much really. Playing video games, working. I started doing more because I was doing improv, but now I'm just stand up and I'm doing that.
Yeah, I did.
That's the exact reaction that stand up should get, like open micing. Yeah, but that's what I've been doing the last month, 2 months.
About a month and a half.
No, 2 months because I started, then I stopped.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah. Because I started, then I stopped. Now I'm doing it every fucking night.
Me and him started going to this local spot where we just watched live performances of comedy, and he just started going to stand-ups almost every other night.
Every night now. It's bad. I don't sleep, and I'm losing weight, which is fine because I'm a big fat boy.
I mean, one of those things is good. Losing weight is bad for you, man. You need that heat.
I'm way overweight.
Sleep is for the weak, so don't sleep.
Yeah, no, it's just like, it's fine. Like, I enjoy it. I love it. But also, like, I get home so late, and I just, like, make ramen and crack an egg in it, and then eat it sloppily and go to sleep and work. That's what I've been doing. Recently, I had a job interview. Hopefully, I get that job. It'll pay more money.
You won't.
And I love money. I love it so much. I'm a capitalist pig. Anyway, what have you been up to, Jerome? You fucking sack o' shit.
I've been up to a lot, actually. I've been up to more than anything, Zachary. So I moved. I'm finally in I went from being in what is called an SRO, single room occupancy, to a legitimate
studio apartment.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. Nice. Spacious. I got a walk-in closet that I filled with shit, so it's no longer walk-in.
He's a messy boy.
To be fair, I haven't even finished moving everything out of the... Like, a lot of this stuff I just got out of storage like 2 days ago, and I just haven't unpacked it. Leave me alone. Stop saying that. God.
I can't say it just like that.
I'm only messy when I'm by myself, not when friends are over. Shut up.
A messy boy. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that bit. I'm very sorry.
But yeah, it's nice. I got a stove and
Yeah,
shit.
he's
And
got a fucking kitchen.
I have a full-size refrigerator. It's nice. You know, before I was living in like essentially a shitty dorm with a bathtub in it, but now I'm living in a slightly less shitty dorm with a stove in it.
He was
so
living
I
in
can
a-
at least kill myself with a gas fire if I really wanted to.
He's Jesus. That was dark. He's living in like he was living in like a pretty okay furnished crack house, and now he's just living in a nice room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went from like crack house to poor college students.
Yeah.
It's not
This
that
is-
bad, but it's better than where I was.
This is actually about as big as some of the dorms when I was in school.
Yeah, it's decent. I'm happy.
And it's
with it.
carpeted,
Yeah.
which is always
I
nice.
love carpet, except for when I burn my elbows.
Yeah, he's got weak feet.
No, not my feet, my hands.
He's got
my
weak feet.
elbows.
Can't when it get cold, he gets little weak feet.
Yeah.
Can't fucking.
I don't have to pay for heating, and that's nice.
That's
and I
true.
get air conditioning
Oh shit!
too.
You don't have to pay for heating.
Nope, and I'm gonna get an air conditioner
Motherfucker.
for next summer, so that's gonna be nice.
All right, that's enough of your actual life. What else have you been doing?
Fuck. Besides that, just playing a fuck ton of video games. I've been taking Overwatch and League of Legends really seriously over the last few months. Not necessarily in the sense that I want to be like compete for real, but I have this like drive to get better at games I play. So as of the last few months, I've been working on basically mastering whatever game I'm playing. So when I was playing Overwatch between like I want to say last February to this August, I was climbing. I made it from mid-silver to mid-platinum in that time. And it took a lot of work, and I'm proud of it. And then I ended up going back to playing League because I had a...
Bad game for bad people.
It's a bad community.
hate themselves.
It's a decent game with a bad community.
I am a
because
bad person who hates himself. Just I don't know. League is just not my poison.
You're toxic.
I'm not toxic in I am toxic for sure in Overwatch. Make no mistake, Jeff Kaplan. I hope you're listening. The game's bad, but I'm not toxic in.
The honesty.
I'm not toxic in League of Legends because I'm not about to type out my long-winded, hyper-specific insults and
Nah,
threats.
instead of typing, fucking kill yourself. You type, hey, I hope you fucking die. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. You know, I love playing with you. You're my best friend. But there are times where I'm playing with you and I'm like, please.
Yeah, I get pretty
don't.
angry.
Not like this.
I'm pretty laid back usually, and then I just play a video game, and all of a sudden I'm a garbage man. Just garbage.
I think video games honestly just bring the worst out in you, and it makes me sad because it's my favorite medium to like spend time with you on.
It's just
so
like
it sucks.
it's because I'm never angry at the people I'm playing against.
You're usually angry at the game itself.
Just the sheer incompetency of the You fuck!
I'm sorry, folks. My phone went off. I forgot to put it on silent.
Jerome's gonna die. This is the last one. This is the last one for sure. Cause I'm gonna kill Jerome. I'm gonna kill him with his own phone.
Okay, I'm sorry for that little interruption.
That wasn't fair.
I'm gonna insert a little technical difficulties thing in there just to make it clear that I'm not a totally incompetent asshole. I'm just
I was just talking about
partially incompetent
incompetence. I was talking about the incompetence of the people I play with. Like, because I usually play, like, I don't always play with our group of people. And anytime I play duo or solo, and this is Overwatch, by the way, because I don't play that League of Legends like that anymore. Like, it's just the worst. Like, it's not, the thing is, it's never, it's not like we're getting outplayed. Is that, like, the people got to a certain point and then just ignored the mechanics of, like, winning the game?
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into it because I feel like I've talked about it at some point. We've only had a couple episodes. I just hate when people ignore like easily fixable things, like, you know, counter picking and just.
Well, those are people who don't care, and
It's
or
not even
or
about-
they're just not that good,
Maybe
and
they're
it's
dumb.
sad.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't want to call them dumb.
No,
More-
you can, like,
They just might be
let's-
missing. They might be ignorant of it. Let's call them
That's not
ignorant.
dumb.
Because
it's
because
simple.
dumb is like you're stupid and you could have done better, but you didn't.
Overwatch-
Ignorant is just honestly not knowing.
Overwatch is so popular because it's easy to pick up but hard to master.
Yeah, and the mastering part is what makes the difference. I
Nigga,
feel-
I'm in silver. There is no mastery there. It's very simple what the fuck you need to do, all right?
I mean, it is, and I do feel your pain because I was there and I recently played there, and I never want to go back
It's
ever.
bad.
Jesus Christ,
Hurts.
it's like I was smurfing for a friend for all of one game just to see what it was like because I was curious, and I almost cut off my own hands. It was actually that stupid. I was getting so many kills. I had 55 kills with Genji
in like a
in
ranked
one game.
competitive?
One game.
That's very unfortunate. 'Cause
With Genji, and I love Genji. He's my favorite character, but I'm not that good that I get 50 kills. I'm good with him that I can get very objective things done, and when they need to be done. So, you know, we need this Mercy dead. All right, she's dead. I'll die for it, but she will die.
Like that's the thing. Like if you're playing at your level, you do what you need to do. But at low elo, you just.
It's literally like a shooting gallery. I'm just like, okay, why is this dude trying to snipe me standing still? Bye. Oh, soldier, you don't know how to strafe? Okay, die. Oh man, Reinhardt doesn't know how to let go of right cliff. Dead. Yeah, like, come on, it's silly.
It's unfortunate that these people get to play video games when I have to play. But no. Anything else?
We'll get you out of silver one
anything?
day.
It's not even that. I was at like 18. I'm not worried about it.
That's still silver.
Yeah, no, but I'm like not worried about it because like I'll get out eventually. I just have to have like a good night of playing.
Yeah. That's pretty much the entirety of Overwatch's ranked. It's like you climb when you get lucky, honestly.
Yeah, you just get on a streak, really.
Yeah, because when I have streaks of like unending great teams, or I'll find two or three dudes who are really nice and willing to like listen to my call outs and stuff like that, we win. I'm not gonna call myself the best call out ever, but when I make calls and people listen to them and we win because of it, that makes me super happy.
In the gamer world, we're what you refer to as a competent player. We're not even good. You're better than me, but neither of us are what will be considered in like pro good. We're just competent.
I'd like to be diamond before I can make that claim. I want to be in at least the top 10%. Right now, I'm probably in like the top 30 to 40%.
Yeah.
And even then, that's not enough for me. Like I want to.
A lot of motherfuckers play this fucking.
Yeah, there's millions of people play this game. I need to be better than millions of people, and until that day comes, I mean, I'm alright, I guess. One of these days.
Hey, what do you think is the worst thing I've ever said to anybody on comms?
Oh, that's easy. You said, and I quote, "I hope your children die," and you had no confirmation of if they had children. I was so floored. I actually muted myself from everything just to laugh because it was mean. I will not deny that it was mean and toxic, but I was actually out of my mind laughing because I didn't know you were mad yet. Like I was just playing. I'm like, okay, we cool. And then like I think the guy said something sarcastic to me about how I was playing, even though I was carrying the team.
And there's
then
no context.
You immediately came back at him. I had no response. I wasn't even to talk to him. You said, I hope both your fucking children die. I was out of it. Like I just stopped talking.
To be fair, folks, I didn't know if this guy had children, but I was thinking of something mean to say and something off-putting. That's pretty close. Sometimes I tell people I'm gonna fuck their dad, just to throw them off. Some people really get upset that I tell them I'm gonna fuck their dad.
I think I would too. I don't, as firsthand, you telling me you're gonna fuck my mom's accident. I will tell you right now. You telling someone that you're gonna fuck their parents, there's a good chance you're gonna piss them off.
Okay, so. For context for this whole story, it's actually when we went.
There's no story.
No, we went to Annoyance. We went to Annoyance, and you were telling me that I kind of look like or remind you of your dad to some extent, and I just got really close to Jerome. I was like, "Hey, Jerome, I want to fuck your mom," but not in like the way that like a 12-year-old would say it, like very like sincerely. Jerome, I'm gonna fuck your mom. And he's making the face he was making now, with just closed eyes, just like I wish I wasn't here right now.
I've never regretted making a comparison before in my life. Like Jesus Christ, he actually does he's like the same stature and the same like general size and build of my dad, and I'm like, okay. You kind of remind me of my dad. And also, he likes to aesthetically dress like a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, it's great. Reason. I love it.
It's really so even now, he's wearing a polo that some 80-year-old man wore.
And corduroy pants.
It's like, and it's like 60 or 70 degrees outside. It's not even corduroy weather yet.
I like being sweaty. It makes me oily, so I can escape my predators.
Who are your predators? Do tell.
I don't know. White women who want to move into my neighborhood. I don't know what to fucking say to that. I don't know what to say to it.
Okay, so duly noted, Zachary's main apex predator is the gentrification of black neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Good. It won't happen to you no time soon. You live on 95th in Chicago.
I live in the good part where all the old people are. Everybody's
decent. They ain't
everybody's
going nowhere.
too tired to do crime because
they
don't
old. And they don't want to go anywhere. So they can't. True. You can't gentrify something if people don't want to move out.
They'll just wait for them to die. I'm being real as shit. They'll probably just wait for.
That's pretty much how it works. Like usually in a neighborhood like that, you just wait for all the old people to die off. And all the children to move away.
Let's just sweep all these corpses out and get some nice apartments over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck. So yeah, that tangent went so far off the rails. I don't even know what the fucking starting point was for that one.
I don't either. let's get back to talking about things that are relevant. Let's talk about Cuphead.
Oh, fuck. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba.
Is that like the only theme you know?
It's the best one.
The fucking flower boss, right?
Dancing flower. You can't see it, but I'm doing that fucking hand thing.
This man he's starting to fucking get greasy in my room with all this movement. Chill out.
I
like the boss. I beat it recently with David. Actually came over for a little while to hang out, and I was like, help me with this fucking boss since you're here. So he just picked up a controller and we were playing against it. We beat it. It was really funny because it took us like 20 tries, and it was mostly because I didn't realize that you could parry a move that was like, I thought that because one of the pink pellets didn't look pink. I thought it was red.
Fucking jabroni.
Hey, look, whatever. Anyway, I thought one of the pink pellets was red. I was wrong. Oh, you can parry those. And then also, I found out that if you attack certain times, certain like attacks of his can be canceled out, like seeds and shit. But whatever. The game overall is really fun. I'm about halfway through it at this point, and I'm genuinely like, wow, I haven't played a game this hard in a while, but it's fun. It's not like I hate the fucking Cup Souls jokes and shit.
Okay,
like,
let's put this to rest now. The only reason that's a fucking meme is because game journalism is a fucking joke.
Yeah, gaming journalism as a whole,
it's pretty bad.
It's like, if we wanted to summarize all of it, it's bad. If you generalize it, it's bad. If you look at like the specifics, there are a few really,
you
really
can cherry
good,
pick a couple of good articles, a couple of good journalists, but at its
a lot
core,
of them are just like trend following babies
it's
who want to get readers.
No, it's just hack shit.
And it makes me sad because it's almost following the trend of mainstream media of like just doing shit to do it and then hoping somebody follows you because of it. Like, we'll say this and we'll get a shit ton of views. No, say something genuine and I'll come read. Like Jimquisition. I watch his shit all the time because he's annoying and stupid, but he has some very good opinions and he's consistently genuine. I have yet to watch a video or read an article of his that wasn't like, okay, I literally feel this way and I don't care. He's uncompromising in that. A lot of ACG is another good reviewer who does stuff.
ACG?
Yeah, ACG.
Oh, okay.
He's on YouTube. You can look him up. Literally just type in ACG.
What does ACG stand for?
I don't know. Something gaming. I know that, but I don't. I think it's his name, like Alex Coulter or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Actually, I can't remember his name, but I think it might be his name. Yeah. Well, he's a cool dude. He wears a beard. He looks like Keemstar, but like less douchey, and he looks like he's never said the N-word in his life. So I think he's pretty cool. How do you look
like you never said nigger before?
How does that? You don't wear a snapback with a symbol that you made up.
Well, he only wears that snapback because he's bald.
No excuses.
No excuses for this.
No excuses.
I like how there's like a big chunk of silence where you just look at me.
No excuses.
No excuses. No, it's just funny that you like, he looks like he's never said nigger before.
Yeah. I think I could tell what kind of people have said the N-word before.
I don't know. Y'all should know, like, if this probably won't be the first episode you listen to, we are black. I know I don't sound it. Jerome sounds kind of black. But I don't, no, because like.
What does black sound like?
Well, I mean,
because I speak in more Ebonics than you, maybe?
No. Your voice, like, I don't have, like, a low register. I don't have a low timbre.
I don't think, bass then?
No.
We're going by bass?
Bass, yeah. I don't have a lot of.
Also, because my grandpa was this like 7-foot tall Rastafarian dude that smoked
I'm only
weed
saying
every
this
day.
Because like I trick like employers on the phone because they think I'm white because of my name and my.
voice. I can do that too. I can speak proper as I want to, and I can high.
That's not even proper. It's just like it's not about proper or not. It just sounds like I'm from the suburbs. That's what it really comes down to. Shit. It sounds like I'm from the suburbs.
I don't know. Maybe I've had people tell me I sound white before, so I don't know.
No, it's just because
I might just sound like I have a radio voice, as they say it. Like my voice is just deep and soothing. So like
fucking throat.
Do it, baby.
No,
Hit
no.
Me. No, but like
later.
See that joke went from funny to I don't know if I was okay with that last part.
That's fine. No, you're fine.
Anyway, moving on. Cuphead is not as hard as Dark Souls because they're not comparable. Dark Souls is a third-person player action game.
It's just the way they used to make games.
And it's fun.
It's literally
Cuphead. Fuck. Cuphead
oh, God.
is a decent game. That's just a platformer with shooting like Mega Man elements. It's fun. It's hard like the old Mega Man games. Actually, maybe a little harder in some respects, like in terms of like, but it's more, I will say that actually, it's not nearly as hard as Mega Man, the originals, because Mega Man, the originals have the unfortunate side effect of being old, like back when sprites sucked and there was not enough memory space on like the Nintendo, so you couldn't really register shit better.
Yeah.
Gunstar Heroes was a little bit better than that because it was like in the 16-bit
This
era.
motherfucker saw me Googling Gunstar Heroes, and then you fucking took my point. You piece of shit. No, I was just gonna say.
Nah, but I actually was thinking about Gunstar.
No, it's just,
I played a lot of that one too.
It's just designed. Cuphead is designed how they used to design games, which is not as much content, but you got replay value. Value from it just by the fact that it was harder to beat.
Yeah, like
that's how they used
Contra was like that.
Gunstar Hero,
the Castlevania games, Gunstar.
Most old side scrollers.
Yeah,
were
old
hard.
school side scrollers were just like that. They were hard, but it was because it was hard but fair.
They literally wanted to pad out the time that you would play
Some
the game.
shit in the game of Cuphead is bullshit.
It's unfair.
Like there's literally a boss that turns into a giant roulette machine, and if you lose. I'm sorry, not a roulette machine. A fucking actually, yeah, one does turn into a roulette machine, but another one turns into a slot machine. And if you get the right one, this specific cycle that it goes through, if you hit it right, will fuck you up. Like I feel like it's impossible to not get hit. So if you have less than 2 HP, you're fucked.
Yeah,
it's really fucked up.
No, the thing is, there's a lot of patterns in that game, but there's a couple of bosses that can switch up that pattern to a certain degree.
Yeah, a lot.
And that's fine, but
like
also there's some
boss.
Random stuff. There's also just random shit that they do.
But it is fun and it's beatable. People have beaten
It's all telegraphed.
So,
that's
the great thing about the animation and my favorite aspect of the game is that it's so well telegraphed. Not in a cheesy way.
There's no
not
excuse.
in an old school dumb way where it's like, oh, a big flashy move. It was like, hey, if you were watching a 1970s or a 1960s cartoon, this is what they would draw this character doing in order to display an action. It was the anticipation and the reverb from that anticipation, which is really good animation. And to show it in a game, to show how that can affect gameplay, it's really great.
60 frames per second. With a game like that, it's perfect that it's 60 frames per second, and frames actually matter in that game.
Well, actually, fun fact, it runs at 60 frames per second. Your character does. And the action is at 60 frames per second, but the animations are at 30.
The animations
because they have to be, otherwise they're gonna look really weird. Yeah,
no, that's the thing. But what I'm saying is, though, the frame perfectness of that game actually matters because of the telegraphed. Because, like, for example, the Flower has that one move where he he balls himself up and then shoots his face under the stage, like the platform. That there is it is hyper fucking telegraphed.
Yeah,
that entire
because he looks down first, and you can tell that he's gonna do it. And then he stretches out his gross donger face, and then it like hits the entire bottom of the screen. But there's these flowers you can stand on top of to avoid it. Yeah. And you have he can do another version where it hits on top of those flowers, whereas it would prompt you to go below them to hide out from the attack. So that, like I said, Cuphead does that so well to the point where I feel like it's easily an 8 out of 10 type of game for me.
I think it's
I beat it, I'm probably gonna feel the same way.
I would call it like I haven't played too much. I played it very briefly, but me and Jerome are probably gonna play it on screen actually at some point. But I haven't played a lot of it. But from what I've seen, it's a great game. It's a fucking classic, instant classic.
Yeah, I believe instant classic easily. And I'm happy for the dudes who made it because they took out like second mortgages and
if that didn't work out, they
quit their jobs. It's like this was like a make or break game, and
I'm glad
they provided, and it hit platinum in like a couple of days.
Yeah,
no, so and they can only grow at this point. So hopefully they get their money back and then some. Because
they have. They're fucking good.
I haven't seen any advertisements for it, so I don't think that's gonna.
Well, it was almost all like just hype based, like
pretty much, and then like E3.
That's true. Yeah, but
speaking of third party games, not third party. Think of let's talk about community based games. PUBG and Fortnite. I want to talk about these two beautiful gems. I like PUBG, and I like Fortnite.
I love PUBG.
I like PUBG more than Fortnite, but I like some features in Fortnite more than PUBG.
Fortnite's bad.
Fortnite has one benefit.
Fortnite's bad, Jerome.
Let me finish.
It's loose.
Shut up.
It's a loose game.
Just like your pussy, nigga.
Shut
up.
It's loose. I'll have you know my pussy is the tightest it's ever been. How dare you say that to me?
Okay, no, so to preface this, Epic Games they produced a clone of a game that they're helping make.
They straight up aped their shit. They're
making a clone of a game that they're helping produce. albeit they don't own the genre, so you can't blame them for it, but it is essentially a clone of that game. Fortnite is a decent battle royale game, as the battle royale game goes. The actual normal gameplay is like if you talk about the normal base Fortnite, but everything else is like, and yeah, Fortnite's basically Epic Games' way of doing battle royale with their own IP to just incentivize people to play their actual Fortnite game. The battle royale section is completely separate, has a different stat tracking system and stuff. It's gonna have a different leaderboard. It's fun to me because of three things. You can build bases and environments are completely destructible.
Yeah, okay.
And then on top of that, some of the weapons you have in this game are really funny.
You've been talking about this for a while, but I wanted to talk about the bad parts. I'm going to go over all
I'm going to talk about them,
No, I want to talk about them because you're talking, you piece of shit.
Okay, fine. Talk about
the
it.
game,
What do you hate?
I mean, the gimmicks of, like, Fortnite are fine. They're cute or whatever. But I have a lot of problems, and some of them are things that would take a little, like, tweaking and work to fix, but others are not at all. For example, they randomize your character before every drop.
Yeah, like you can't discern.
And
like unlike PUBG, you can't determine what your character looks like. You go from being a Hispanic woman to a tall black dude in all camo.
Yeah, it just seems like I don't know why that was a choice they made.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was to kind of put across like the temporariness of like, you know, from match to match or like whatever it is. It's just a bad design choice because
I don't know.
I mean, PUBG, everyone has the same body model. It doesn't matter. Everything is aesthetic and like cosmetic.
Yeah, so I feel like at some point they should give you the option to choose what character you play.
Or at least just like I don't even care. Like it serves no purpose. Okay, so that's one of my problems. Another problem that I have is that the gunplay is absolute dog shit.
Oh yes, most definitely.
It's
gunplay
any gun, absolute dog shit. Random fucking spread. Just it feels bad to play. I mean, also like because of the gunplay is such dog shit, it's very easy to wipe a whole team as one person because you got a really high cartoonish jump, so you just spam with a shotgun and you kind of sneak up on a team and then you just get free. That's just a free team wipe. There's not a lot of tactic to it, just because of the way.
Well, there is some level of tactic to it, but it's not nearly as in depth as it would be with PUBG.
That's the thing. Because if the gunplay was like even half as good as PUBG's, there would be so much more tactical shit you can do.
I believe. Like, also, I will say this though: their weaponry range is way more fun. I do like the idea of being able to use RPGs and grenades. There are grenades in PUBG, but they don't feel nearly as impactful because in PUBG you can blow up an entire building to keep a dude from hiding from you. In PUBG, you don't have that choice. Fortnite has that, PUBG doesn't. That's simple as that. I don't think it makes Fortnite any better of a game over PUBG, but that is a feature that does give it some points.
I would really just call Fortnite a poor man's PUBG for sure.
I mean,
mostly
that's 100% what it is.
Like,
guess what? It's free.
It's aped. They literally aped the fucking
like
concept.
The compass is the same. Like I found that really funny that they have an in-game compass that works the exact same way. The map is the same.
The wall of death is also blue.
Yeah, it's like they're not even low key about the stuff that they kind of aped from it. But we gotta admit though, a lot of the stuff that PUBG has, they ape from other games too.
Well, yeah, but no,
they didn't invent the genre, so a lot of it's like it's kind of like it's more blatant.
The lead
Fortnite.
designer, the lead guy, worked on those games that he aped from.
Yeah,
stuff.
So you can't really.
Epic Games ain't shit.
Like I said, it's more blatant.
At the end of the day, Epic Games kind of ain't shit for what they did.
They ain't. They not.
Yeah, but it's if you want to have fun and like really sit back, it's fine. Also, the audio is bad. The audio design.
Yeah, it's really. I hope they work on it too.
I got one thing to say. There is no differentiation from the wet fucking foot slaps of your party and the people you're trying to kill.
Yeah. Like, if you're in a house and you're trying to hide from somebody and you hear footsteps, you're just going to think it's some enemy because you're scared. And the only people who should be moving, quote unquote, at that time would be your enemy. And then you just turn around and someone comes up the stairs, you blast them 2 times in the chest. Oh no, it was my friend. I thought you were. Why are your footsteps so loud? At least in
Also the audio balancing is like weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's super hyper loud even for your
like
team.
they could be like 30 feet away from you, but it sounds like they're 2 inches in front of you.
It sounds like Donald Duck.
Yeah, it's
fucking
really wild. Clearly it's them just retooling a bunch of assets from the base game and just putting it into a PUBG format. Yeah. And that's fine. I don't blame them for it, but I hope they fix it. That's all it is. Because it's a game I play for fun on the side. If I want to just do so, if I'm playing PUBG and I get salty, because I've won multiple times in Fortnite. Yeah. That's how fucking easy, stupid it is compared to PUBG. If I find a rocket launcher, I win. Because I can just do whatever I want. I build a metal wall tower that no one can get inside, and then as soon as someone approaches me, I like, get the fuck away from my castle, bitch. Blow them up. Done.
Also, camping is a lot easier for some reason.
Not in Fortnite?
In Fortnite, dude, like, I remember...
No, because the sad thing is you can't prone. So, with not being able to prone and only being able to build those towers, if you play it right, you can keep people from camping anywhere.
But the thing I'm saying is because the shotgun is so bullshit strong in that game. Yeah. Like, we wiped the whole team, and then there was literally a person sitting in a house for 5 minutes waiting to catch someone. Yeah. Just to get a kill.
But I mean, that doesn't PUBG has that too, dude.
I don't know, but in PUBG, you have to actually, have some modicum of skill to just,
to blow somebody up with a shotgun, if you don't have an S12K, which is, even then, they kind of nerfed it a while back. Yeah. If you don't have an S12K, you're not really killing the entire squad.
Yeah, you're not just wiping.
That's a rough one. But in PUBG, the automatic shotgun, like the S12K equivalent, that thing can take out three dudes. Yeah. That thing can take out 3 dudes in one clip.
It's bad.
It's strong.
It's strong. Yeah, but Fortnite is fun, whatever.
It exists. I play it for fun when I'm salty.
I haven't played as many video games because I've been so busy, but I do play PUBG pretty consistently. I have something I just want to talk about real quick, which is the America versus Japan robot fight that happened this week.
Wait, it happened already?
Yeah, it was garbage.
Oh fuck! It was garbage.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Okay, let's pause real quick. I want to see this before I have a response. All right, pause over.
We just watched it, and I knew how flaccid and shitty it was. Jerome thought maybe it could be cool until we watched it. It's a big.
Oh my god!
It's big dumb mess.
Holy shit! How do you fuck something up as cool as giant robots?
It's not even that.
Okay, I am only giving them this one point, and I'm roasting them for the rest of this entire conversation. The chainsaw at the end was cool. Yeah. A giant chainsaw is automatically really cool. Okay, because it cut open the gun of the enemy. So I'm like, okay, that the Americans use this giant chainsaw to literally cut off the gun hand of the Japanese dude's robot. Yeah, so
for a little bit of context, in 2015, Mega Robotics, or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, Mega Robotics.
Mega Robotics. They issued a challenge to Tsutobashi for a manned mech fight. Manned vehicle.
Yeah, basically Gundam fighters, but for fucking idiots.
Yeah, and it was cool. They got a lot of hype. They got a lot of donations. They did a GoFundMe or something. They got a bunch of money on both sides. And this was a long time coming. It had gotten delayed. What it really came down to was the actual fight, and it was shot over 3 days. They broadcast it live when it first happened. Like, they broadcast the short film fight, that they did.
It was like a little short documentary thing.
It's kind of a weird documentary thing. It's just a flaccid mess. It's like watching really bad wrestling.
Not even really bad wrestling. That was like watching 2 naked dudes in their backyard slapping each other, and not really anything else, and not even hard, kind of like wet.
Just little wet slaps.
Nothing else, dude. The absolute best part of that entire ordeal was watching one robot push the other robot into the fucking announcers, and the woman announcer was losing her shit. He was like, the guy announcer was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She was like, no, I think we should get out of here. I'm scared because, oh my god, fucking move.
It's clearly staged, but it's just funny and what's happening? Robots, right? It's robots. It didn't look like
even if it wasn't staged, the scenery and the fact that was a possibility is absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah, the fact that
you couldn't put them somewhere out of harm's way.
The
really?
whole thing, like, I would have rather it been more cheesy because they were trying to give it this air of realism that just wasn't working.
If they made it cheesy, like added a bunch of dumb sound effects. But no, they added like this really dramatic like sound, like the music you would hear on Chopped on Food Network.
And I don't know why anybody thought it was going to be good in the first place because these are manned robots.
Even if they weren't manned robots, I honestly doubt this would have been much better.
No, because then they would have been at least used like real.
Oh, well,
weapons.
To an extent, they've been able to like blow up the other robot.
Yeah,
and that would have been awesome to see.
That would have been cool.
To see two giant robots legitimately
even if they're
fucking
slow.
each other up.
If I saw fucking two robots with actual cannons or some kind of artillery or like auxiliary firepower on their body and it's unmanned and they're just tearing each other up. That would have been cool, even if it's not like fucking Zone of the Enders.
They use
dodging and shit.
Dude, they use paintball guns.
Yeah.
Who the fuck thinks a paintball gun is gonna look cool in a robot? Oh no, you sprayed my robot with paint.
And they didn't even like aim for like the cockpit to obscure vision.
Like that would have been smart.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the drone? Oh my god.
Okay, so the drone. So they're like, oh man, this is becoming a long range battle. Looks like we're gonna have to get out the drone. I shit you not. I know there's some little unpaid intern fucking behind the fucking robot, fucking throwing it into the air.
Yeah, I get to fly a drone.
It's like, and then he like flaccidly knocked it over, and then it got stuck to the hood.
Okay, the Japanese side flew a drone
the
over
the Kuritas.
The Kuritas. They flew a drone, like a normal, like, hey, you'll get arrested if you fly this over the White House type drone, over the fucking Kuritas into the American's face, and they were like, oh no, we gotta ignore that.
Also, we gotta talk about the name of the American one, Eagle Prime.
It was red, white, and blue. It had a giant eagle on its shoulder. Oh, can we talk about the first robot they used? They got punched once and fell over and died.
Little shit baby robot.
I don't remember the name and I don't care. All I know is that the Karatas drove directly into it with his fists forward like a goddamn superhero.
And just knocked it over.
And it's over. It was literally like dominoes. It was disgusting.
It was pretty awful.
It was pretty sad.
Yeah, no, it was all very flaccid. I mean, maybe in a few more decades.
Maybe if they decide to use like real robots and not manned.
Yeah, or like just pilot it from a fucking station.
Yeah, like just sit like normal like there are legit robot fights out there, but they're smaller. But there are people who like they'll put them in an arena, they'll go outside, and they'll have these robots literally fucking each other up with giant buzzsaws. That's it. Yeah, no worry if anyone's gonna die. No, like, you're just gonna ram your robot with a saw in half.
If you're not gonna use projectiles, that's fine. Just get some big hunks of metal that are sharp.
Up the hydraulics, because you know what you need. If you don't have to worry about humans, the hydraulics can be as strong as you want them to. Give one of them a pile bunker and just drive the fuck out of each other. Yeah, that would be amazing.
That'd be cool. I see what they were going for, but overall it was very, very unfortunate.
That was honestly the most disappointing thing I wasn't looking forward to seeing in the first place. Yeah. I was like, okay, this will be cool to see, like back when they first announced it. And then I forgot it existed. And then he said, oh, that happened last week. I'm like, oh, Worm? Okay, let me see that. And now I'm officially more disappointed than when I first saw the trailer. Like, wow, I'm sad. Why would they do that?
I hope that in the future they just go the route of non-manned so there can actually be some like actual damage being done.
Yeah.
I see what they were going for. It was very disappointing overall. So I guess we talk about Marvel now. Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, I'm salty. So shitty transition aside, let's talk about Marvel. Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. My most bittersweet friend.
A lot of ugly motherfuckers in there.
It's like 10% amazing, 90% what the fuck happened. Okay, let me give some quick preface to this. The entire budget for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was less than half of the entire budget for the DLC for Street Fighter V. Not the entire game, the DLC. What the fuck is that?
Street Fighter 5?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. Oh, Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5.
I got him started. I should have known. Okay. But no, legit, that makes me so sad, man. What the fuck? Why would you take us? Okay. There's killing a series off through trying your best and hoping something comes out of it, and if not, then it's dead. And then there's killing a series off by just not making games for it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the latter because at least in that case, there's a chance that the last game you made was decent. Like Capcom versus SNK. I love that series because on both sides they made a decent game, and Capcom versus SNK 2 was probably my favorite versus game in the entirety of
Just
Marvel.
so you guys know, I don't know dick about fighting games. I know very little. I like Guilty Gear.
You don't need to. Just know that this was a quality game.
Oh yeah, well,
that they
because
put
I
a
know
lot
about
of effort into.
it's the only.
You've heard the song. This is tuna with bacon. Have you not?
Yes, yeah. It's a good song. I like the thing is from what I've gathered from the Marvel thing is that the fucking I get that I can understand why the roster is small. I can understand why they picked the characters that they did for the roster, but the fact that they're all so fucking ugly doesn't make any sense.
And I can explain a lot of that. This is conjecture, but it's pretty similar to what they did in Street Fighter V. I think they outsourced to save money. They outsourced 3D modelers to save money. So they paid someone else.
It's like they didn't even screen. It's like they didn't even screen the fucking.
They didn't.
face
I
models.
honestly think it was just rushed and unfinished because the character models for a majority of the cast look like shit. They presented it looking like shit and expected people to just be okay with it. Like, oh, they'll be okay because we're giving them another game. Be grateful. They knew that They knew that wasn't going to happen. Someone in that company knew that wasn't going to go down, and they still let it go through. The voice acting is rust and it's shitty because I made a
pretty
point.
Generic.
Okay, I'm gonna give the best example. Morgan is a great character overall, but her voice is so shittily done compared to every other game she's ever been in. Usually she's in Japanese, or at least there's a Japanese variant, but there's all English variants in this game. There's no, even in the Japanese version of the game, it's all English.
So there's no Japanese.
No. If
Why
there was, believe me, I'd be using it because Japanese people, because their society revolves around this kind of stuff, I think that if they did the voice acting themselves, it would have sounded a lot better. But because it was all American and there's a lot more shit going on in American, like voice acting politics and shit.
Yeah.
It's clear that they didn't do enough takes because
Yeah,
Morgan's
this
voice
was
is
during
so inconsistent.
This was during the strike. This was during the voice
Yeah,
acting.
I mean, there's no proof that that's exactly why. Because it's the same. I'm using Morgan because it's the same voice actor from Street Fighter. I'm sorry, not from Street Fighter. It's the same voice actor from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but she sounds better in 3. And it makes no sense because they could have just ripped her clips from 3 and put them in Infinite, and I would have been okay with that. Because she's a Scottish character. I didn't know she was Scottish until yesterday.
Morgan?
Yeah, she's she's a succubus from Scotland.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she's like from the 1600s.
I thought it was just some weird Japanese shit.
No.
No.
No. Sorry.
I thought it was
Darkstalkers is based off of like mythical creatures from Europe.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Jetta's like a blood vampire, like so is Dimitri. She's
folklore.
Yeah. And then like Jetta's the vampire who like literally got put into an alternate dimension, and because he has
Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood. There's a mummy. There's a Frankenstein character. There's literally a zombie man. There's a werewolf. There's a shit ton. That's Darkstalkers. Now, with Morgan being from Scotland in origin, they decided to give her a Scottish accent, which I'm okay with. Because in 3, she sounds amazing. Like, she actually sounds cool with me. I don't care. And even when she does her attacks or when she's, like, acting out her end credit scene or whatever, if she's talking, it sounds consistent. And Infinite, at one point she sounds British. At one point, she sounds Scottish. At one point, she sounds Japanese. And it's really irksome. Like, you can tell that they did not do more takes. You could tell that it was like a one-and-done thing. Like, oh, you said it? Okay, cool. Get out of the booth. Like,
booth.
What?
Get out the booth.
Get out the booth. Put an L. Put an L.
Get out the booth.
Get out the booth.
The thing is, I haven't heard any. I haven't played it. I don't really play that fighting game like that. But what I will say is that it looks fine. Like, it plays fine. The mechanics are good.
The mechanics are
tight.
the best.
Everything is tight.
They're so fun. I love how fun the game is.
It seems like the visual aesthetic and all of the visual and
the video
audio,
and the audio are suffering.
It feels like it went by the wayside just for the whole development of this game.
This is honestly just a case of them. Like, I can tell that the people who are making the game were hearing a lot of shit from Marvel / Disney about what they could and couldn't do, which is okay. Whatever, like, the X-Men not being there, that's obviously a Disney move because X-Men are owned by Fox. Still stupid, but whatever. They could just buy it, but they won't. So, whatever.
It's not even that, because I don't care that Wolverine.
Wolverine not being in the game is not a huge deal.
But, like, the thing is, like, it comes just down to it clearly, like you said, being rushed and it being like just
underfunded. Being underfunded is probably the biggest hit because if this is what it takes, like with the way the gameplay is, I can tell that what they did was they took a lot of their budget and focused on making the gameplay as good as possible, and just saying everything else is gonna have to suck, and we'll have to pray we can fix it. And I get that. I don't blame them for that. I do hate Capcom and I do hate Disney for not letting this game be as good as it could have been, because Marvel 3 had such a good aesthetic look-wise and gameplay-wise. Yeah. It's to this day one of the most sought-after fighting games ever made. It lasted for so long, even though everyone says, quote-unquote, it's broken. It's still fun, and it's still fun to watch. But fun. You can't say that about a game that looks ugly. If the game looks worse on the console than it does on the PC, that's fine. But if it looks so bad on both that neither one of them is the preferred way to play it, there's a quote unquote mod for making the PC version look better, but all it is adding motion blur and how blurry the background is.
Also, all the DLC is super well done.
Yeah, that's what really fucks with me. Dante's base skin looks so bad, but then they took the version of him from DMC Devil May Cry. And it looks so good. Like, it actually pisses me because I never hated the look of DMC. I liked it. I actually liked the game.
I didn't like that he looked like a little twink. I didn't that.
I didn't mind because I can wipe my brain away and say, okay, this is a reboot. Let me just try it as a reboot.
He just looked insufferable.
Yeah. So I like to think of him being a separate character when he's that character.
He just looked like a person I wouldn't want to hang out with.
Yeah. He looks like...
Some of you may know what we're talking about, but like DMC Devil May Cry, the reboot, he looks
like... It didn't come out like 2014, 15?
I don't fucking... Yeah.
The newest version of Devil May Cry that came out, the reboot, was garbage.
He looks like the kind of guy...
Like look-wise and aesthetic-wise.
Brags about cheating on his girlfriend.
He looks like the kind of guy that drinks Monster Energy drink for lunch. Like... He just knows.
He looks like the kind of guy who didn't take showers every day in high school, and you could tell.
Can we stop?
He looks like the guy who plays acoustic guitar in the quad.
He's built like a glass Sprite bottle.
Yeah, he's a very small, twinkish boy. It's fine, but
twinks are okay, just not with Dante, because Dante's not a twink.
He had no mass. It was weird. Like, they tried to make him cool and edgy, but he had very little of what I would call like the super dumb masculinity of the original Dante.
The game took itself so seriously. If we just call back to the original Devil May Cry with Dante,
wasn't this man eating wasn't he like then that fucking scene with the pizza?
Yeah, and he literally beat up a bunch of demons with a billiard table, pizza, and a gun. That was him.
It's wacky.
One of them stuck a sword through his arm and he just used it to kill him. It's like that's who Dante's supposed to be. A badass dude who doesn't take anything seriously.
It's like that wacky,
it's
hyper violent shit. But the thing was, the fucking main story, there was a lot of corporations are evil, dude.
Political.
Oh man. Oh fuck.
We're topical.
Fuck old people.
Clear game.
Fuck old people.
We're young and we like to fuck.
That's no. They had the fucking first scene. Didn't he just get finished fucking a girl?
He was bucket naked, living inside of a trailer park on the end of a pier at a carnival. Every time I think about that out loud, I get confused as to the scenery because he lived in a trailer, but at the end of a pier at a carnival / amusement park, I guess. Why?
And then some demons showed up.
And then he just didn't care.
Also, he was naked for half the scene, and then he just had clothes on.
He did a cartwheel midair in slow motion and put on pants and ate pizza, and pizza blocked his dick and shit like that. Yeah. It was an okay game. Anyway, the fact that he looks so good.
They did improve it, though. They did improve it in the definitive edition.
Yeah, definitive looks and feels better. I would say that. Now, they did improve Dante's looks.
Hey, yo, why the fuck are we talking about Devil May Cry so much?
Because of the DLC.
It's a fucking ADD.
Yeah, and there you go, guys. This is our podcast where we just go off on shitty tangents because we hate and love a lot of different shit, and we gotta figure out how to do this. But for now, we're happy you stuck around.
Yeah.
This is Jerome. I'm sweaty and tall and sad.
And gross.
And this is
gross.
And this is Zachary,
my
good friend.
Yeah.
And we're glad you came back to Power Boys. We'll be doing this a lot more.
Power Boys with Z. It was a pretty shitty first episode back. It's fine, though. We got it.
Bye.
Bye.